Yes people, what is good? I am BA, back once again with another reaction in the Last of Us series. This is episode 6 and it is called Kin. Last episode. Another absolutely brutal episode introducing us to two characters, keeping us with them for a large portion of that episode and then killing them off at the end. How many times is this show going to do this? It is so brutal. We briefly saw Henry and Sam at the very end of episode 4, but when episode 5 kicked off we really got to find out who they were. Henry, quite a grey character, one who I sympathised for because he's being a good big brother and trying to keep his little brother safe, but on the other hand he is a snitch to Fedra, ratting out resistance members. Absolutely no respect for that, such a horrific action. And yes, he was doing it to get leukemia medicine, further muddying the waters, so just a totally conflicted individual. I'm rooting for him on behalf of the fact he's looking after the kid, but at the same time, I completely saw that woman's point for wanting him dead for being such a rat. Regardless, we saw a little bit of their backstory, how they were holed up in that room which was discovered for I think it was like 11 days, then they decided to move, came across Joel and Ellie during that gun battle, followed them to the place they were sleeping for the night, held them up briefly, but then Henry confessed the gun wasn't even loaded and, you know, he was just looking for help. So they sort of team up for a bit, which is what I was hoping for. But then, just as the woman from the Resistance catches up with them, that giant zombie horde rises up from underneath the ground, including that, you know, lumberjack class zombie, just an absolute professional wrestler-sized zombie in amongst it all. And in that melee, all the Resistance people hunting Henry pretty much died, which is a good thing. But yes, Sam got bit. Then Ellie, being such a G, tried to save him by mixing her blood into his wound, but then the next morning it hadn't worked and Sam had unfortunately turned into a zombie. Attacked Ellie, and then Henry was put in the most fucked up situation imaginable. And in that moment, he was 100% instinct, knew what he had to do, killed Sam, so he did what he had to do, but then a moment of clarity and realisation as to the magnitude of the act he'd just committed swept over him, and in that moment of just shock and disbelief, he took his own life. How tragic is that? I cannot believe this show keeps doing this to me. If I meet two people this episode, I am not going to give a single shit about them because I will expect them to be dead in no less than 1 hour's time. You've disenfranchised me, Last of Us. I am now institutionalised. I feel like a post-apocalyptic survivor alongside Joel and Ellie, because the next time someone I'm supposed to care about dies, I'm just going to shrug and be like, well, it's the apocalypse, innit? People die all the time. Because this show has just conditioned me to prepare for the worst. Regardless, I'm looking forward to this week's episode. This is episode 6, season 1, and it is called Kin. Let's check it out and see what it's saying to it. The cold opens in the first 2 episodes, probably basically told all of the prologue story we needed to see. But I still miss them. They were so well done. That opening scene with the doctor on the topical show giving his views on the fungus, and then seeing that specialist woman in Jakarta getting to analyse the virus and just realising how screwed everyone was. They were amazing cold opens. And yeah, it would be getting a bit old if we had one every episode, but every couple episodes or so, I'd love to see a little more of the prologue backstory.
What did I do?
Oh nice, they're making me watch it twice. Thanks, Last of Us. I was hoping for a happy day. Henry just shot himself. It's the apocalypse though, innit? People die all the time. Rest in peace to those cool looking goats, but on the plus side, it's a decent meal. Are they goats? They look like hares or something. Snow rabbits? No fucking idea. Whatever they are, this dude is a good shot. This woman looks like she requires a lot of snow rabbits to get a smile on the face of.
Who the hell are you? Just someone passing through.
Oh, okay, that explains why she was so miserable then. And here was me thinking she was just greedy. Shame on me.
Why did you shoot him?
The gun's all the way over there.
Okay, I take it back. That's a bit lazy of her.
Can I come down?
No. Ellie. Oh, wow.
In Ellie's world, no always means yes.
There's like 1,000.
Who's this little psycho?
Never mind her.
Usually I'd be like, how dare you call Ellie a psycho, but she just called you like 1,000, so fair's fair.
Exactly where? And your answer better be the same as your wife's.
Did you tell him the truth?
Yeah?
This would be a great way for the wife to get him killed if she didn't like him anymore.
Came here before you were born, Sonny. Get the hell away from everybody.
I didn't want to.
Poor woman forced into a life of log cabining when it wasn't for her. She just wanted to be on a nice commercial street checking out shops. No, the woods.
We get those in the summer.
Not the bugs, the people.
There are firefly people?
I like this woman.
But you never go past the river here. Ever.
What's past the river?
Death.
Shit, so it's even worse somewhere else. Surely it can't be any worse than literally an infinite horde of zombies being just underneath city level, because that's where they just were.
You don't seriously believe them.
They've lived here a long time.
These guys are right up there with Frank in surviving just by themselves on the lonesome. These guys will probably be fine for the remainder of their natural life, just living in that cabin in the woods.
I'm okay. I'm fine.
No, but are you? Because just a reminder that if you're dead, I'm fucked.
I said I'm fine.
What the fuck? Is he having a panic attack or something? Also, it's quite funny this couple are safe, because in the traditional horror, a cabin in the woods would be the one place where you are in peril. But in this scenario, it's one of the few places where they're cool.
To do is cross the river of death.
Oh yeah, that sounds fucking appealing, Ellie. All we need to do is cross the river of death, then make our way through the forest of murder, then over the hills of the tortured, and we should be fine as soon as we get to the plain of the slaughtered. It's a straight route, Joel.
The river of death. Scary.
Okay, it doesn't look as scary as she made it sound.
There's some caves along the river. We'll set up camp there, cross in the morning.
Good.
Fuck that. I would rather stay anywhere rather than a zombie cave. I understand it's a natural source of, protection from the elements, but it's just too much of a wild card when there's fucking zombies everywhere and you can't fortify your entrance. Or if I was going to sleep in a cave for the night, I'd make the fire at the entrance, so the entrance was literally blocked by a wall of flame.
Come down from there, you're gonna break your neck.
She sort of occasionally listens to Joel's advice. I mean, she doesn't fucking have to. He's not a dad or nothing, but he is an adult trying to look after her. I use that term loosely, of course.
Yep. Still gross.
Just double checking.
Let's say we find the fireflies, it all works. They draw my blood and put it through some of their fancy machines and make a cure.
That would be an incredible scenario.
Like, what do we do?
Oh, it's we?
I mean, surely that's just sort of self-explanatory. If it actually works, they make as many vials as possible, distribute it to as many places as possible, and then hopefully in 1 or 2 years the world will be somewhat back to normal, or at least repairing itself. The zombies will be rare if not completely extinct.
So, just you and a bunch of sheep. Romantic.
I wouldn't have expected Joel's guess to be sheep farmer, but it sounds like a peaceful life.
I rubbed some of my blood into his bite. I know, it was stupid, but...
Wasn't stupid, it might have worked. Like, I don't know the science behind it. Who knows how the cure works within your blood? It might have just been as simple as putting your blood in someone else's blood.
She's no fool. If she says they can do it, they can do it.
They must have some really good scientists at this Firefly facility. Obviously there's something in her blood, but it won't be as simple as just putting it into someone else's blood as blood. They'll need to extract something or target a specific thing in her blood that's useful, maybe turn it into a different form that's distributable.
Still mumbling in your sleep.
What a legend! She's literally taking guard duty.
What can I say, man? I'm a natural.
I agree, she's done a good job. Also, does Joel ever not wake up in a state of panic and confusion? I've yet to see this guy just stretch like another day in the wasteland. He's always like, oh fuck, what do I need to do? Where is everyone? That would be a shitty way to wake up every single day.
The river of death. Still no people.
Fine.
Yeah, I think this river needs a new name. The River of Tranquility is more fitting. Again, wow, this cinematography. This has got to be on location filming. It's so fucked up nowadays how CGI makes you borderline not appreciate when something is done for real because you just assume there's going to be After Effects all over it. But to me, this looks like it has to have been done on location.
I'm learning how to whistle.
You don't know how to whistle?
I've seen better first tries.
You should teach me how to hunt.
Huh.
She's a girl, she can't handle it.
That's a good idea. 2 people being able to get food is better than 1 person being able to get food. And also it'll just make it a better shot in general for the zombies.
Damn.
Can someone tell me in the comments if that's a computer generated image or if this is just a straight up location? Whoever's location scouting for this show is finding some fucking banging places.
Look at that river. It's crazy blue.
It really is, you know, it's got that unnatural colour tint to it. Like, what the fuck, do microorganisms not live in your river? Where's all the fish shit? River of Death. That's like calling Mr. Rogers the neighbour from hell. Oh shit, it's cowboys. This is the Deadwood crossover I've been waiting for.
We ain't looking for any trouble, we're just passing through. Drop the gun.
I hope these guys are cool. We've already ran into some right piece of shit groups of humans. Don't let this be another one.
We just talked this through.
How about you shut the fuck up?
Okay, easy.
These guys look ready to shoot.
If you're infected, he will smell it and he will rip you up.
Nice, a dog that's trained to kill the zombies. This is awesome. I want to see this dog in action. Oh no, he's gonna smell it on Ellie. Shit. How are they going to convince these guys she's got the cure? Fuck! Oh, do her a solid, dog. Please just don't bark. Oh, thank God. Oh my God. The tension this show creates sometimes. And you know, it's being a good dog because she is not totally infected and changed. Maybe it can literally sense the change in people. And because she's infected but not changed, it could also sense that.
What's her name?
Joel.
Does she know him? Damn, this is some fort these guys have. No fucking way, it's like a Wild West town. This place is amazing. I'd be like, you know what, Ellie? Fuck the Firefly Science Lab. This place is banging. There's snowmen, there's shops, we're staying here.
Tommy!
Is that his brother? Wow, we found him. And he's alive. After all we've fucking been through, this is amazing to see.
I came here to save you.
Knowing how many people Joel has lost and shit, this is like his only family left. This is incredible. So is this their destination? Because, you know, they were here to get Tommy. Obviously they're taking Ellie to this facility as well, but how far is this Firefly facility from this place? Because this looks like the place you want to be staying. These people have got their shit sorted out. They're having a great time in here.
Who's gonna have our guys kill us?
We gotta be real careful about who we let in this place. But it's all bark. We're just trying to scare off those who might want to try us, is all.
You know what? I don't blame these guys whatsoever. They got such a nice peaceful community in here. You would fight tooth and nail to maintain that. You wouldn't want any undesirables coming in, and you certainly wouldn't want one single infected person getting past your gates.
Maria is family, actually.
Oh shit.
Congratulations to the couple.
Congrats.
Is he literally being that cold about it because he got off on the wrong foot with this woman when they met? It's completely reasonable. You can't hate on them for the stance they took.
Took out my 700, but I found a variable power scope. Sub-MOA. And headshot those fuckers from a half mile out.
Half a mile is definitely a safe distance. No chance of infection there.
School, laundry. Oh, bank works as the jail, not that we've needed it.
You draw power from a dam.
Shit, this place is incredible. Out of everywhere we've seen so far, quarantine zones, everything, since the apocalypse happened, this is the place with its shit together the most. 100%.
So, communism.
Nah, it ain't like that.
It is that, literally. This is the commune. We're communists.
I mean, yeah. But in this particular instance, communism is great. I'm not going all Stalin on you, but in a post-apocalypse, in a small, net, protected community, it's a good thing.
Well, I'll take Ellie over there if you two want to catch up.
Yeah, okay.
Don't think he would mind a little 5 minutes with his bro. That ice must have been infected.
Raising some hogs, too. Once we get bacon, I mean, what's even left?
It's true, if you've got bacon covered, it's officially no longer an apocalypse.
They got a base down at the University of Eastern Colorado. It's a week's ride south.
I thought they were close, but they are a week separated, and it is a hellscape between here and there. Not going to be quite as easy as I thought.
Yeah, I can't go.
Oh, come on. I made it across the country. The two of us can make it from here to Colorado.
So brutal though, they've literally come across a utopia and they're going to be forced to leave it to complete their mission. And it is worth completing. Obviously, if she has the cure, it trumps everything else.
If you knew the shit that I've been through, Tommy, trying to find you these last few months.
I'm gonna be a father.
At this point, if I was Joe, I would be borderlining on envy. Well, that's great, you're going to be a father with your wife in your utopian commune, but I've lost my entire family and I'm currently on a murder mission. Gonna dial it down a bit, Tommy. Also, if this show's taught me anything, Tommy is fucking dying very soon. Fuck, man. Is Joel unwell in some way? Because he is having quite a few moments this episode where he's just like leaning on shit and beginning to hyperventilate out of nowhere. That kid was very similar looking to his daughter, though. He was obviously feeling emotional there because he saw someone that resembled his kid.
Just traded for this. Go ahead, try it on.
It's super fucking purple.
Eggplant.
It is actually not as super fucking purple as the thing you were wearing underneath, which was strikingly fucking purple. So don't hate on the jacket.
So it was just like your job back then or something?
No.
I like this woman. She didn't give me a bad first impression either. Like I said, completely justified the caution with which they approach new people entering their commune, and since they've came in, she's been nothing but cool. And it's Tommy's wife, so you gotta give her a bit of leeway.
Sarah was Joel's daughter.
Oh shit! Ellie didn't know that, did she?
I guess that explains him a little.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hopefully that explains a bit to Ellie about the way he carries himself.
He stopped killing people?
Innocent ones. And Tommy did it too. Are you worried about him?
Tommy was following Joel. The way you are now.
Don't make excuses because he's your husband. Everyone makes their own decisions. Some people can be susceptible to peer pressure, but they're still their own person. If they're an adult, they have to be held accountable.
The only people who can betray us are the ones we trust. You understand?
Now, that is some gold advice. Never a truer word spoken. That being said, what is Joel getting from this? He could stay here forever and live peacefully. He is actively going to leave here just to get her to the facility which he promised he would get her to. I think at that point, his trust shouldn't be in question.
I'm an actor too.
Yeah?
Fuck off, these guys have got a cinema. This is better than my real life now, let alone in an apocalypse.
Just met Lucy.
What did you tell her?
I was moving into the other room. She seemed to take it in stride.
Let's try to figure out what film that was, but I've no idea. All I know is Lucy's a freeloading bitch.
Figured I'd save you the trouble.
Joel has just been getting gifted upgrades this entire season. Truck, boots, sniper rifle, he is just getting all the freebies.
This ride to the university, is it a suicide mission?
No. It's dangerous, but it's nothing you can't handle.
I'm still unsure as to what other danger could be lurking out there. I'm just assuming they mean it's full of infected, because there's nothing which can trump that. There's nothing worse than that. To me, the worst case scenario is there's going to be a lot of zombie evasion and or shooting on the way, but then they've been dealing with that for the first 5 episodes anyway, so they should be okay. But if Tommy says he's going to go with Joel, it is his last voyage, 100%. If Tommy leaves this facility, he is fucking dead. Why? Because the Last of Us writers are sadists. Hopefully they get season 2 written in time before they all inevitably die in cupboards due to having autoerotic asphyxiation wanks.
I saw a man kill his own brother. To save her, while I just watched.
At this point, I can't even fathom where Joel's mind must be. The amount of trauma he's seen firsthand, had to repress, having to deal with on a daily basis. I mean, at that point, it's applaudable that he even gets out of bed in the morning.
It's all I do. It's all I've ever done. It's fail
Of all the stuff I've seen Pedro Pascal in, I've never seen him do an emotional scene like this, and this is a very powerful scene. He's a great actor. I wish I knew more things he'd been in, but literally the only things I've ever seen this guy in, to my knowledge, has been Mandalorian and Game of Thrones. In Mandalorian, he's a very stoic character, and in Game of Thrones, he's a very flamboyant one. But never an emotional one that's dealing with all this shit in her head like this character.
I would take her out at dawn.
When Tommy says that, does he mean he's going to take it out at dawn to help Joel and Hart get out of there? Or does he mean he's going to accompany them? Because don't do that, Tommy. You will die.
Alright, but try and be tactful.
What's tactful?
Lie.
This freeloader doesn't even know what tactfulness is. Get the fuck out the house, Lucy.
I made this decision for your own good. You'll be way better off with Tommy.
Wait, so he wants Tommy to do the rest of the journey without him? I mean, I know it's chilled in the commune, but you have to complete your mission, Joel.
So don't tell me that I'd be safe with somebody else, because the truth is, I would just be more scared.
I completely agree with her in this scene. He needs to stick with it and finish what he started.
We're going our separate ways.
There's no way this happens. There's no way he does this. I don't buy this. He's definitely going to get second thoughts. This is the first time we've really seen him reflect on his daughter since the very first episode. Most times he just tries to forget it and move on, but I'm sure he has moments like this quite regularly. And to me, that's what his character is right now. It's the fear of starting to care for another person a similar age to his daughter who may die and then just tear his heart out of his chest again. So he's exercising caution and beginning to care for her parentally because he doesn't want to put himself through that same heartache ever again. And in a time when you're just trying to survive on a day-to-day, that is the last thing you need, because you would just break down and let the fucking elements or zombies take you. She and myself were both hoping that was Joel. Even if Joel lets them leave right now, something's going to happen to Tommy, or he's going to end up catching up with them, if not saving Ellie when something bad happens to Tommy. There is no way he abandons this.
You deserve a choice. I still think you'd be better off with Tommy.
Let's go.
Okay.
I knew they weren't going to separate these two. You can't do that. All it took was about 9 hours of silent reflection in the dark for Joel, and he sorted his head out.
Yeah. Because Maria took mine, you know.
I already said yes, Joel.
It's another scoped rifle, it's fine. I was going to say though, how dare Maria take his sniper rifle upgrade? He fought for that.
Wide right. You're flinching.
The target's too small.
I made it bigger than I should have.
These things take time, you'll get the hang of it.
It isn't gonna work, it doesn't aim right. You...
Nice, first time as well. That's how it's done.
Some people wanted to own everything.
Mm-hmm.
And some people didn't want anyone to own anything at all.
Pretty much.
Building?
That's right. Houses, stores, that kind of thing. We were called contractors.
You made it sound way cooler than it is, to be honest.
Still time to find out.
Still time to find out. Contractor.
How the fuck did Pedro Pascal keep a straight face during that shot?
Home with the big horns. What does that mean?
Team mascot.
Means if you hunt something out here, you are getting one hell of a steak for dinner. What's strange is, this guy said it was like really dangerous between the commune and this place, and they didn't run into any trouble.
Just as much about partying and finding themselves as anything else.
A perfect description of a university.
When I was a kid, I wanted to be a singer.
Shut up.
Why is that funny?
I wonder what genre Joel would have sung in. I see him as a country music kind of guy.
Are those monkeys?
Must be from the old labs.
Look at them go.
I would have been just as amazed as if I saw a pack of monkeys outside like that. Judging by all these sandbags though, there's been some sort of defence of this building at some point. Some shit has went down here in the past.
There are definitely doctors here.
You would hope so, with all this stuff lying about.
Something you make before moving.
They just left.
They've abandoned the facility. Fuck off. Either the fireflies are concentrated in one specific part of this entire place, or it is abandoned. There's no like guards on watch or nothing like that. Do not shoot the monkeys, they are innocent.
Maybe in all that research they turned into fucking monkeys.
Could have happened. Uh-oh. If the fireflies have left, this will be a radar gang. It has to be some sort of gang. Yeah, these people definitely do not look like fireflies. These guys are going to be staking out the horse, aren't they? Fucking knew it. Just broke his fucking neck like that. Oh shit! That does not look good. Thank fuck these guys don't have guns.
Joel? Joel? Joel, no, shit!
Yeah, Joel is fucked up. He needs a doctor.
Shh. Joel, open your eyes.
That looks like such a grisly wound. Not buying it for a second, he is not dead. Don't try and sad music me into thinking he's dead. He is not dead. Okay, and that was episode 6 of season 1 of The Last of Us, Kin, and I will be back in just a minute with my thoughts on that. So, Kin, what did I think of that? Let's get it out of the way straight away. There is 0% chance Joel died in that last scene there. No way this show would do that. Yes, this show is absolutely brutal in places, but to take out the main protagonist 6 episodes in, I just don't buy it. I think he's going to be okay. Hopefully she takes him to some sort of people that can give him treatment, or hopefully he wakes up next episode on a bed, healing, and she's got him to some place. Maybe she takes him back to the commune or something, but he is not fucking dying like that in episode 6. A wooden splint from a baseball bat is not taking out the main character of this show. I'm not allowing it. Another great episode though, and it was amazing to see the commune. It was almost like the episode with Bill and Frank where we got to see another side of how certain people lived during a time like this. These people were thriving. They had doctors, sewage, electricity, farming, hunting, shops, nice community, they were building snowmen, there was 0 infected, they had amazing defences, that bit just looked like an absolute utopia inside a world full of shit. And when Joel entertained the idea of letting Tommy take Ellie, obviously he wasn't doing it for any shallow reasons, but on one hand I couldn't blame him because he could have just kicked his feet up in that commune and lived a peaceful life. But of course it was just something he entertained briefly before he ended up going with Ellie. Now inside the commune we finally met his brother Tommy and Tommy's wife, and like I said, knowing everything Joel's been through, it was just great to see him actually get to hug a surviving member of his family since he's lost almost everyone he ever loved, literally. So to see his brother still alive and ticking and somewhat thriving in this little community was just incredible. I mean, this guy goes through every single day with 0 peace of mind, so to just inject a tiny minute amount of it into his brain was an amazing thing. And why does nothing ever go to plan? I mean, they make it to the research facility, 0 danger on the way, which is what I was worried about, but then they get there and the place has been abandoned. By the pins on the board, they deduced that the Fireflies had moved to some sort of facility in Salt Lake City. No idea where the fuck that's going to be from where they currently are, but I'm assuming that is their next trajectory, if of course Joel survives, which I believe he will. But yeah, imagine doing that pilgrimage all the way to this research facility only to find out they've moved. It must have been quite recently, because the Fireflies who directed them towards that facility were unaware that there'd been a move. Surely if the Fireflies are all connected in some way through communicative devices, they would be aware that that place had been abandoned. So it must have been fairly recently before Joel and Ellie showed up that those Fireflies decided to move as well. Otherwise the Fireflies they met in the town with a quarantine zone wouldn't have told them to go there. But I guess it kind of makes sense, because if by episode 6 they got to a facility, they started engineering Ellie's blood into a cure, it would be hard for them to go 3 episodes somewhere else, I guess. I think that's more of an event for the end of season 1, and then they take it in a new direction after that. So I think they'll finally get to the facility with the Fireflies Fireflies, maybe episode 8, maybe episode 9, but yeah, it was a bit too hasty for it to happen in episode 6. Still though, I was expecting there to be people there, was not expecting it to be abandoned, and of course, on top of all else, just when they've done that giant trek for absolutely nothing, a little group of raiders show up. Thankfully they didn't have firearms, so Joel and Ellie actually had one up on them, even though they were outnumbered. These guys just showed up with bats. But even then, dude managed to break the bat and then stick the fucking splint of it into Joel's stomach. I do believe that Joel will survive this wound, or at least I'm crossing my fingers for him, but he is the main character of this show. They ain't killing him off like that. Surely, tell me I'm crazy. They're not killing off the main guy like that. Episode 6. But yeah, another great episode, and I cannot wait to see what happens next time. I've got a feeling Joel will wake up somewhere recovering, but I may be completely wrong about that. But there is of course only one way to find out. If you've liked this video, click like, subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this, ring the bell to be notified as to when they drop. If there's anything you want to talk about, comment down below, and share this around to anyone you think might appreciate it or want to watch these reactions along with us. My Patreon link is down in the description. If you become a patron, you get access to my blog, you get access to these reactions I put on YouTube a month and a half in advance, and you also get access to full-length versions of everything I react to. So consider becoming a patron, it helps me and my channel out so much, and until next time, I have been BA, peace.